toenails and blistered heels, salt stains streaking down my face. Sun is beating, muscles scream, but I'm moving at my pace. Run the riot! Leave the world behind! Run the riot! You free your body and your
Today on the Run the Riot podcast, we got, I don't know, I don't even know what to call you, like Crazy 200 Runner, Andrea Moore. How you doing, Andrea?
Man, we're doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Life is busy. It's hard to schedule these things, isn't it?
It is work, racing, training, kids, life. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a juggle, man. I don't know. You know, a lot of people say I don't know how you do it, and then I looked at your ultra sign up. I'm like, dang, dude. I said you should see my friends.
Uh,
Well, how are you recuperating from you just not too long after Oregon, right?
yeah. We're like 7, 10 days out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and unfortunately, what happens a lot out there, you guys had to cut it short because of wildfires and stuff, huh?
Yeah. And you know what? It's crazy. Just reflecting, out of all the races that we've done, we have never faced fires
Yeah.
before. So this was a whole new situation. It was very scary.
Mm.
And we were super fortunate to have Todd and Renee, the race directors at Oregon, really take swift action and keep
Yeah.
everybody safe. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's disappointing, but it's necessary. I mean, it's a hard decision for them to make, you know, because they want everybody to finish and do their thing. So it's just the nature of wildlife and just nature.
Yeah. Nature
Yeah.
is naturing.
That's it. Well, so I was trying to think, when did we first meet, like on TikTok or something? Is that how we?
Um, I we do share space on TikTok for
Yeah.
sure,
Okay.
but I thought that I first met you at Tahoe 2 years ago. Or you might,
Okay.
or was it Moab?
So
Was it Tahoe? Maybe it was Moab.
Moab 2023 is when we met in person, because you were crewing.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
But like we shared, like I knew who you were from TikTok or whatever, but who were you crewing out there? I don't even remember.
That year we were crewing my friend from Texas, Abe.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Abe
Abe
B.
crushed
Hill.
it, dude. Abe looked good out
Ah,
there.
he
Yeah.
was yeah, he's so fast.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's amazing.
that was awesome. So like, yeah, I was seeing you at aid stations and all that, and
Yeah.
on the trail, and yeah, and I was that was my redemption from Moab, because I DNF'd it previously. Just yeah, it was bad. So
Oh, it's a tough course. I
oh
mean,
yeah,
it's not a 200, it's a 240, and
yeah.
it's, high country, desert, it's hot. I mean, yeah, Moab is super tough.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
booger, and it was and when you're like nutrition goes, my nutrition it went south. The electrolyte mix they had that year, and anyway, everybody that's listening already heard my sob story. But when you're puking and it's hot and you get dehydrated and you can't catch up, it's just bad. So,
It was bad.
but that was my redemption, and I ran it with a different mindset, and and I definitely want to talk about mindset when we get into it. But anyway, so yeah, I just remember you out there, and you were just cheering everybody on, and like always, just positive, and it was cool. And I've been meaning to get you on this podcast, but it's just kind of one of those things where life's busy, and then finally reached out to you, like, let's do this while you're in the middle of all your crazy. So where are you from originally?
I am originally from East Texas. I'm
Okay.
from Tyler, but don't tell anyone that.
Oh.
I lived in Texas the last 10 years in Dallas,
Okay.
and don't tell anyone that either. We are now from Flagstaff, Arizona.
Nice. Okay. All right. So how long have you been in Flagstaff? Because I remember the transition, like, just following you on social media, that when you guys, but I don't remember how long ago it was.
I think it was 2023. That was
Okay.
our first Cocodona, and after our first Cocodona, 6 weeks later, we just moved to Flag. So,
Just
yeah, I guess we've been here almost 3 years now.
nice, nice. You just kind of fell in love with it? Is that the
Man, when you finish Cocodona in Flagstaff, I mean, it was just so beautiful, and I think both Jackie and I have just she being from LA
Mm,
and me being from Texas, we have spent time coming through
yeah.
Flagstaff, and it's just so beautiful,
Mm,
and the stars just kind of aligned. The kids were growing up out of the house,
yeah.
and we were, post-COVID, we were looking for retirement options, and
Yeah.
Flagstaff just made sense, and we've been loving it ever since.
Nice, nice. Now you're a mail carrier, right?
I am, yes.
Okay. So have you been doing that and you were able to just transfer to there or?
No, so, in Dallas, I retired after, like, 28 years in banking.
Oh,
I was
wow.
a private banker with JP Morgan,
Okay.
and through COVID, we were like, that there were just other priorities in the space, and we're like, "We're gonna separate from this career."
Yeah.
And then when we moved to Flag, it was like we were both, Jackie and myself, looking for, just other opportunities, and, I don't know, the post office called, and we're like, "This is crazy." But we love the sense that we can, like, give back to the community, and
Yeah.
it's a service, not sales, and I love
Yeah.
it.
Nice. That's awesome. I love hearing people's story and how they I don't know, I don't know, retire and then go back to work and it's kind of awesome, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I kind of look back at your ultra sign up and you've been running ultras according to ultra sign up for I don't know, what is it, 2019 or something like that. But have you always been outdoors, or running a runner, or what's been your vibe up and before that?
I hated running growing up. So, my background is, uh, my sisters, I'm the oldest of 6 girls, and we
Okay,
all played soccer.
nice.
And, you're chasing a ball, that
Hmm.
makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And, all the way up through high school and then college, I actually got opportunity to play volleyball at Southwestern at Georgetown.
Okay.
No running. It was so cool. It was amazing. And, I don't know, somewhere in 2016, like, I just wanted to get back to athletic roots and
Yeah.
kinda back in line with values and things, and we started running, and it's kinda weird, like, I hated running,
Yeah.
in my younger athletic space, and then it just kinda took off from there, and then our first ultra, I think, was, either Cowtown or BMW Dallas, and we ran the Road Ultra, and then COVID came along, and
Mm.
my friends were like, "Come run in the woods.
It's
It's
trail
safer
time.
here. It's safer here."
Yeah. Yeah.
And, Rocky Raccoon 100K in 2021 was our first 100K, and then it was just a slippery ride from there.
Oh, yeah, isn't it crazy? So looking at that, and I'm following along on your ultra sign up, and I'm looking at Rocky Raccoon 2021. Would you have even dreamed, and we'll fill everybody in on that, you like where you are now and the things that you've done now? Would that even be on your radar then? Like,
No, no.
that's
First of all, I was like a post Boston Marathon roadie girl, and the idea of and I remember the fall of the previous year in 2020 going out with friends on my first trail run. And I was like, "Ooh,
yeah,
there's like
it's
grass and rocks and dirt and bugs and like it was so ick, and, it was 13 miles, and it took us, like, 3.5 hours.
yeah,
At that time, my half marathon time was, like, 1:40, and I
yeah.
was like, "Why did it just take us 3.5 hours to go 13 miles?"
This don't look good on the
But
internet. This is just not look good on the
it's
internet.
I'm like, "This is not cute." But, you know, it was hard.
Mm,
My entire body hurt after
yeah,
that 13 miles, and that was my introduction to trail running.
Mm.
And yeah, from there, it was just a crazy situation. But I will say that when I did Rocky Raccoon 100K that year, I had some friends that were training for this ridiculous Cocodona 250.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry, what? What? Like, you're going to go 250? It blew my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was new to trail, period, new to trail ultra, but that was like, that's insane.
Yeah.
You guys are insane. Yeah.
No, you're insane. But
And
yeah. Well,
it's it's
it's
weird.
amazing though. There's so many runners like COVID got them on the trails, and we used to laugh because we could tell you guys when we were on the trails and the road runners, and they were like, "This course is long," and we're like, "Whatever, it's always ish, you know." It's like it's stuff like that. And then we had a race director even asked if they were going to blow the leaves off the trail or something. It was like, what? uh, but so many like started running and then ended up falling in love with it, you know, like liking the new challenge. And it's because it's not
Yeah.
necessarily about your paces and speed. It's about there's a whole other level to it, you know. Of course it's about fitness and you know and all that, but there's that just that whole other, I don't know, intangible. There's the other things plus the intangibles that you have to contend with and figure out. And I don't know, that's kind of what I fell in love with, besides nature. You know, it means just being out in nature's amazing, but all the rest. And I don't know, is that kind of that whole like just craziness of it? And
Man, the people, like it was such a different vibe.
yeah.
Uh Road running
Mm,
and the whole like getting into Boston and like that was fun for that chapter.
yep.
But I will say, like, as soon as Jackie and I both ran Boston in 2019, we were just
Mm,
like, okay, like, I mean, that was cool, that was fun, but like, what's next? And so I was looking for far and
yeah.
like, how far can we go? And it was the community and the people that we have met on this journey, it's incredible. They
Yeah.
are salt of the earth. They are the people like I want to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that I can call you friend. And it was just so different from you know, the road running space. And I'll say the longer the distance is,
Mm.
the more it's just an incredible community of these crazy kids that want to do amazing things. It's like, yes, let's go together.
It's
Yeah.
amazing how sharing that experience and that suffering, and you know it's hard to explain to people that don't do it, but like you run with somebody, you spend hours with them on the trail, and you're both suffering, and you're just kind of like, you know, you just met and you're talking and you're sharing. Like sometimes I'll look back and I'm like, I can't believe I told that person all this stuff about me, you know. It's like, but they told me all the
Yeah.
things. So it's and there's a bond there, and like become friends on social
Mhm.
media, and like you see them at races, and you know, it's like
Oh, it's trauma bonding is real, you know,
voluntary trauma
and
bonding. It's
absolutely. And when you share those miles with people and you're going through these internal spaces together, I mean, you can't help but like share that
Mhm.
and you're forever family for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's totally totally cool. And
It's amazing.
what you said about, I just love to, there is that, sure, you're quote unquote competing, but you know, I've had people when I was suffering offer me their food, and I've done the same, and you stop and check on each other, and like it's still a team effort. Like we all want each other to succeed. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. It's definitely a different space. I felt like road running, it's a more solo sport where ultra trail, it is all about, you know, um, I can think of so many instances where we're passing each other and it's like, I'll trade you my goldfish for your, you know,
Your gummy bears.
your, yes. And I mean, even just here recently in Oregon, I had some apple juice and I was sharing some miles with Brian, incredible endurance athlete. It was his first 200
Mm.
and we were playing the puke and rally game because it was very
Yeah.
hot, very humid in Oregon. But
That's
I had
crazy.
this little thing of apple juice, and I was like, "Dude, do you want to try? Like, can you just sip on this?" He took a sip and he was like, "Oh, that's good." And it was like the first calories that he could like take in after like 2 days. And it became this thing where the apple juice was like the secret sauce and it like saved his. But yeah, we share those like, what do I have that I can give you
Hmm.
and vice versa to make it the next mile for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And so on your journey, so you kind of drank the Kool-Aid and the applesauce and you started, really you dove full bore. You did some 100 milers and stuff, but I was looking at this and like you just dove into the 200 milers and I would assume you just fell in love with that distance because it looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Our first Cocodona, it goes back to when I was running Rocky Raccoon 100K and Baja and Greg Sensengrath were training for this crazy, you know, I didn't have exposure to that distance. At that time, the 100 mile was a dream.
Yeah.
Like you finish 100K and it's like, oh my gosh, you have to go another like 40 miles?
Yeah.
Are
It's
you
ridiculous.
serious? It is ridiculous. It's crazy.
It's just
And so
40
at
though.
that time they were going 2.5 times that distance and I just couldn't wrap my head around it. But I just always had dreams of like maybe someday, it's
Yeah.
just something that's like so far away. And then running our first 100 miler again, trying to wrap my head around, are you serious?
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to do this twice?
Yes, do it again.
Yeah, like you guys are crazy. Like that is insane. And after I put kind of a project together where we would run 4 100 milers month after month after month
Mm.
to kind of see what Cocodona might feel like.
Yeah.
And after we didn't die, I was like, we're signing up for Cocodona.
We can do
And
it.
and then when it happened in 2023, it was like I felt home.
Mm.
I felt like
Mm.
this is we saw cactus, we saw desert, and we saw mountains, and we saw pine. I mean, it was just an incredible experience, and I loved it so much.
Mm.
Even though I couldn't walk after, like
Yeah.
literally, I had pacers and crew that carried me from the finish line to the Airbnb. Like I couldn't walk, but I loved it so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And after that, it was just like, okay, okay, this is our jam. What are we gonna do next?
Is it like the other people who don't run ultras thinking like you couldn't walk and you're like, this is where I need to be. I understand, but to other people, it's like it's finding that I don't know that you did that and like you were able to cover that distance and that accomplishment, and there's so much to it.
Yeah,
Um, so
yeah.
so you guys signed up for Cocodona 250 after, just doing 100. How did you train for it? Like, what did you change in your training? Cause you had done other races. So how did you train for Cocodona?
Well, if I could back up a little bit,
Yeah.
training for our first 100 miler, we were working with our Ironman coach at the time, and we did a 20 miler on Friday, a 20 miler on Saturday, 20 miler on Sunday.
Oh,
And
back to
so
back to
that,
back.
yeah,
Okay.
but that helped us prepare for what a 100 miler might
Hmm.
feel like
Yeah.
and what running on tired legs would feel like. So I took that same philosophy and was like, okay, well, let's do a 100 miler, a 100 miler,
Yeah.
a 100 miler. And so we ran the 400 milers
Yeah.
at the end of 2022. And
Okay.
that kind of prepared us
Okay.
for Cocodona. I,
Okay.
and it sounds weird, but I love using races
Hmm.
as training for the
Yeah.
next project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I tell the runners that I coach, like you got to run 50 miles this weekend on the schedule, so let's just sign up for a race, do a race. You know,
Just
it's like just
yeah, just sign up for a race.
yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
I love hearing how different how people, attack because we're all different, and our bodies are a little different and and a lot of times the way we attack it initially is not what we end up doing, but it's how we just say, let's just give this a shot. It worked because you finished, so
Well, and you know what, David? I think a lot of it is when you get into the 200 plus mile space, you realize that yes, there's the physical,
mhm.
like you need to physically be able to do it, but it is so much more emotional,
Yeah.
spiritual,
Yeah.
mental,
Mm,
and there's just so much more that goes into a 200 plus miler that's not physical.
yeah.
And I think once you can actually see, envision, and believe like this is happening. We're burning the boats. There's no way out. There's no plan B. Like this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And once you really lock in and you believe that and it's on fire in you, your humans are pretty unstoppable.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. That's good. That's good. You have to, when runners say like, well, should I do this race or this race? Like, which one gets you excited? Like, which one, that fire, which one like will get you up in the morning and do the training and all of that. Um,
Yeah.
and because you've got to do it and you got to plan the logistics and when you get out there, you have to have that emotion and that I don't know that you got to be able to dig deep and finish it because it gets okay. So all right, so
Yeah.
besides you did physical training, we're gonna talk about digging deep, but you had to do like logistics. I remember when I first did Tahoe in 2018. I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna get to this aid station. Like, is it gonna be day? Is it gonna be night? Is it gonna be hot? Is it gonna be cold? Like rain? I have no idea. And you're trying to plan drop bags. Luckily, my wife was there to crew me. So I had some stuff when but it's a whole other animal. And, luckily there's a little more information out there and, you can find, but it's still, cause you don't know how you're going to respond. You didn't know like how fast you were going to go. You have a plan, but like Mike Tyson says, everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the mouth. So how did you plan your logistics for the race and how did that work out?
For our first Cocodona, we did have a large, a very large like printout of the elevation chart, and we had pace charts for the very first time. I've never used pace charts
Hmm.
until that first Cocodona, just so Jackie and our team, you know, would know where to be
Yeah.
and what was going on. And of course, I don't know. That very first year, you had Friendly Pines, which is now Camp Wamatuchik, and our pace chart was a disaster. It did not happen like it was supposed
Yeah.
to, because it looks great on paper,
Yeah,
right?
it was good. Yeah.
Like,
That happens a lot.
but I think the biggest part of your plan needs to be the plan is going to go to shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
you
a
just need to
guideline.
you need to plan on the plan not working.
That's right.
And the biggest part of winning at this distance is adaptability,
Mm,
to be able
yeah.
to pivot and to
Yeah.
be able to problem solve and to when we talk about being uncomfortable, it's not just a physical uncomfortable. If you have control issues, if you have planning issues, it's going to be tough for you
Yeah.
because it's not going to go the way that you think it's going to go. But that's part of the excitement. That's part of
Hmm.
the journey and the adventure. It's like, oh, damn. You know,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, I mean, we planned for all of that, but it was our team was amazing and it was just go with it. And the idea was keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Whatever pace that is, whatever the weather is, like just keep going.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
it, keep going.
Just go. Just go, man.
Just go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that it and you have to, I mean, you have to adapt because if you're like you said, if you fall apart when your plan goes to pot or your paces are off or whatever, you have to be willing to pivot and because it's just hard and so you plan as much as you can. I always tell you plan for as much as you can think of, but just know something else is going to get thrown at you. And
Yeah.
I was watching Cam Haines, who ran Cocodona this year. His video came out with him running, and at one point, and he's got a pretty big resume and all that. But at one point, I think they kicked a cactus or something, and he had the spines in his shoes, and he's throwing his poles down and cussing, and he's
Yeah.
like, and he tells his cameraman, "Don't even talk to me. Don't even talk." He's like, I say, "I think I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there before." Yeah,
It's I mean, anything. I mean, look at this year, it was raining and
mm,
55 degrees at Cocodona.
unheard
Anybody
of.
that has ran Cocodona previous years was like 97,
Yeah,
dusty, crusty, hot, like just, and this year, like really threw a wrench, and a lot of people dropped from hypothermia.
yeah,
A rain and 55. It is just, I mean, who
yeah.
knew?
When you're planning
It's
for
crazy.
normally you can if you're ready for it, it's fine, but if you're planning for, like you said, 97 and dry, that'll throw you for a
Yeah.
loop. Um,
Oh, yeah.
oh, man. So so you, what did you so we're still at your first Cocodona there. What did you learn about Andrea out there? What did you discover about yourself?
Wow. That's I mean, that's a big question. I'll say, I mean, just before Cocodona, I would always race in the fall and the spring. I've had a number of heat strokes during soccer games and, you know, other athletic events. And so racing during the summer, not my jam.
Yeah,
Not my jam at all.
same.
And then if somebody said, "Well, you're gonna go race in the desert of Arizona for 250 miles," like, I can't even
Yeah.
I can't even think about
You
that.
sure, stroke
And
girl?
so I right? I mean, like, but it was this thing, like, I had this dream, like, I want to do this race. And
Mm,
so I took that passion and that dream. It was like, what do we need to do to prepare for that and
yeah.
go make it happen? And so, what I learned, I think, most about myself was it's okay to be scared.
Mm,
It's okay to have doubts. Demons are going to talk to you, and you get to decide to tell them, no, I'm not listening to you today, Linda. This is not happening. You know, I just, I learned so much about it's less about physical ability and it's more about believing that you
yeah.
can do it and truly being on fire. It's the human spirit when it's on fire to do something,
Yeah.
it's going to happen. It's
Yeah.
going to happen.
So
Yeah.
you seem to be, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I find that some people run with different, and I'll use David Goggins as an example because he runs. He's just like, he's strong. He's mentally strong and all that, but he's more like I'm running. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna push through. But then there's also like your Courtney Dauwalter and she runs with such positivity and gratitude and I'm not saying either one of them's right or wrong or anything like that. But I find personally, like when I ran Moab the second time. First time I was like in good shape and I was like hashtag beat Goggins. I was racing him, but anyway. But the second time I ran with just a heart of gratitude and my intention was to finish, yes, but to be present every moment and experience it all, even the hurt of it.
Mm.
And even in the hurt, like be thankful for that and embrace it. And it was a
Yeah.
totally different experience. And normally I stay positive, but it was so good to just consciously embrace that. And you just seem to be, and you run on that positivity. I've seen your videos and stuff when you're running, even when you're suffering, and you seem to embrace that. Is that what you find for yourself?
100%.
Mm,
It's immersive.
mm,
It is the whole process of getting lost. And it's like getting lost is not necessarily getting lost. It's
mm,
just a deeper falling in line, a
mm,
deeper falling in love. And when you're out there, it's like I'm healthy. I am experiencing this beautiful place. Even this steep, this scree, this heat, this like whatever is so hard, it just makes you feel.
Mm.
And you just feel in this intersection of time and space. And it's incredible. And it's like, at the moment, I don't have to pretend to fill a job. I don't have
Mm.
to be anxious. I don't have to be worried. I don't have to be anything. I just have to be here doing this. And like, how freaking cool. I mean, like, climbing a mountain is a privilege. I mean, and I was in a local shoe store in Dallas years ago, and I was very worried about Boston. Like, I'm not really good enough. I got into Boston on accident. Like, I don't deserve to be here. But this guy at the shoe store, he said there are millions of people that would give anything
Mm.
to have the bib that you're wearing that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let your gratitude
Mm.
take you forward. And that day, I mean, and we're talking like 6, 7 years ago. And it's just something that has stuck with me. And it's like you're in this really dark spot, and there's something that just says they would give anything to be in your shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
would give anything to see these views, to have this
Mm.
experience. And even as much as it's hard and it hurts,
Yeah.
you're doing it. You're doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
And people would love to be doing the damn thing. So just do it, Yeah.
Oh man, I love that. I
So
love that.
gratitude.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remind myself when we're out there, like and we get to go places that hardly anybody's been out there except for other crazy racers and runners and stuff. And like, how many people have been here? How many people have seen this? And I get to be here, and I'm hurting, and I'm limping, and I got blisters, but I get to be here. It's worth it.
Right. Oh, man, the whole, so tired, so what? It's
Yeah,
like,
I like that.
that's
I actually hadn't heard that. That's good.
it's like, so the worst part of your day is being tired on the side of a mountain.
Yeah,
Like, really?
yeah,
That's the worst thing you have to go through right now? Like, come on.
I can live with that.
Um, yeah, it's pretty special.
Yeah. Well, so you handled it. You did Cocodona, and you just fell in love with the distance. And this year has been, I mean, well, from there on, you seem to camp around the 200-mile plus distance. And this year, you had a big old goal, and some things happened with Oregon, but what just describe what your plan was for this year.
Uh, last year, if I could back up a little
Sure.
bit, it was like, okay, there's this thing called the Triple Crown.
Hmm.
Okay, there's this thing called the Grand Slam. Sally McRae did it last year. And so I had a thought that was like, Sally McRae's awesome. Candace Burt, amazing.
Hmm.
All these amazing female runners. And it's
Yeah.
like, what if just an average mother runner was like, maybe I can do that too. Like, I'm not special. I haven't been running my whole life. I didn't start running till I was in my 40s. Like, what if we can do it? So that was last year. And that's where we were just one race shy of the Grand Slam, and that was Tahoe.
Yeah.
Um, and so I was a little salty after not getting the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
And so I was like, first of all, I'm going back to Tahoe.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's the attitude.
Okay.
That's
So
right. Unfinished business.
she owes me. That buckle is mine.
That's right.
And that's kind of where it started. But then it just like Monster, this was their debut year. And I was like, oh, what's 50 more miles after Cocodona? Let's go see.
Yeah.
And then there was this talk about Monster Dona, and I was like, oh hell yeah, okay. So I didn't plan to sign up for Cocodona again because I usually do races 2 times. Once to know that it wasn't an accident, Like,
Yeah.
I didn't accidentally finish, so I have to finish a second time.
Yeah.
So I was good with Cocodona, but when the Monster Donut challenge came up, I was like, okay, we're gonna do that. And then Tahoe was already on the board.
Yeah.
And then I was eyeballing Summit because I paced out there last year. So that was a no brainer. And
Yeah.
before you know it, it was just like boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh my God, this is getting out of
What
hand.
have I
But
done?
but here we go. But here we go. So
Yes.
and we've just been rolling with it
Oh
ever
man.
since. So
I've been watching and I was like, wait, is she doing but before I even looked at your I was like, she's racing. Wait, you see somebody and you don't see them all the time. You're like, wait, she didn't she just do the other thing? And so it's been fun. How has your body been handling it, especially like Monster, and then a month later is Cocodona, and those are, big, 300 and 250 miles. How have you handled the recovery and what have you done to help get ready for the next?
I think I would say our biggest component to recovery is just being an OFM athlete.
Mm,
We are using fat as fuel, we're fat
yeah,
adapted. And that's been a very significant change, working with Mike McKnight and now working with Vespa for the last number of years.
nice.
And that is probably my biggest,
Mm,
like, this is why
mm,
I'm able to do that. And, you know, people are like, well, what do you eat? And this and this. And it's like, it's so different for everybody,
yeah, yeah.
And I think that no matter, I can't just share my journey. Like, you have to go and kind of figure out what works for you. But
Hmm.
I can say that for me, it has definitely been OFM. It has been low carb. It has been Vespa as my largest like supplement day to
Mm,
day. What I fuel with during these races. And then after races, what I do just to take care of my legs and my feet, and my body. And
yeah.
we have a lot of partners that are just really in tune to getting us back out on the next course.
I'm glad you said that. I totally forgot. I saw that you were OFM. And weren't you on like one of the Vespa's podcasts or something at one time, or one? Yeah, with Peter. Um,
Yeah.
so S okay, just out of curiosity, and I know it's different for everybody because I've been fat adapted before, really good, and when I was running some of my best, and, it's just hard to get back in while you're racing and doing the things. But so what are you doing during the race? How are you eating during the race, especially like 200, 250, 300 miles? What are
hmm
you doing that might be different from, the normal.
I I do a lot of Vespa. So
Yeah,
they have a concentrate and then they have packs that you can take. I like to concentrate and I can do that like every hour or 2 hours. Um,
okay.
That's a lot of it.
The rest you're
I
just kinda
use
eating.
I use Redmond Relight. Those
Yeah,
are my
s
electrolytes.
yeah,
I think that they
they're
are
fantastic. They
amazing
taste
and
great.
spot on,
Yeah,
and they do taste great. But those are the electrolytes that I use. I do put in Ketone IQ.
okay.
I wish that they were a partner because those are expensive,
Yes, they are.
but I find like that just kind of keeps us riding on a high metabolism, and we're using that fat, and so when you're using fat as fuel, it's like we're not breaking down the muscles,
Yeah,
so you don't get the fatigue, you don't get the aches and a lot of things that can kind of happen in the legs. But as far as like the rest of the food,
mhm,
we do about 1,000 calories between aid stations, and we do about 1,000 calories at the aid stations, and that might be hamburgers,
yeah,
potatoes,
yeah,
noodles, broth. I mean, you
yeah,
know, um, just kind of whatever we feel like eating at that time. Yeah.
yeah. I I think my favorite at the 200s is, a burger with guac on it. It's amazing. So good.
Yes.
Do
Yes.
every aid station, "You got guac for this thing? Because that's awesome."
I will tell you, in Monster 300, we were at the Oak Tree aid station, which is like mile 250. Wes was there, Andy Glaze was there,
Oh,
and
wow.
we were, of course, Andy not so much, but like the
Yeah.
hamburger, and they were putting avocado on the burger, and I
So
was
good.
like, "Yeah, another one, please.
Yes.
Thank you." Like, it
Yes.
was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, that's so
so
good.
good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Andy, he probably just had the avocado on bread, I guess. I don't know.
He's he is so incredible. I really love that dude. And just a quick shout out to Andy. Like
Yeah.
we've known him for a long time and way before all of his social media stuff. He just has such a passion
Mm,
for the space
yeah.
and the community and the people in this space. And I love how he has used his passion to
Yeah.
just inspire and light a fire in other people. So shout out to Andy.
Yeah, I just saw his one of his posts. He does it like every night. Here's what the haters are saying this week, and he reads them out loud. It just cracks me up, and he just like whatever.
Uh, Well, right. I mean, there a lot of those people, even on our TikTok channel, we have a lot of, I mean, there's trolls out
Yeah,
there in every space, no matter what you do, no matter what is going on, there's
yeah,
somebody that has something to say.
yeah,
And a lot of those are coming from the couch and they
yeah,
really have no idea. And like he says, you're never going to meet a hater doing better than you.
yeah,
So
yeah. That's
bring
it.
it.
That's it. Well, and it's one of the things where you have to be. There. I don't do what I do, and most of us don't do what we do to please others or to
Yeah.
satisfy others. It's just something we do it for us. I think if we did it for
Yeah.
others, we wouldn't finish. you know.
100%,
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. It's cool to to hear your OFM journey, and it challenges me a little bit to because we'll be running Bigfoot together next year.
Yay!
Yeah, and I gotta get out there and get redemption out there, and so looking forward to that, and I that's plenty of time to kind of get that dialed in a little bit like I used to be, and so I'm kind of looking forward to walking that journey again. So yeah, good
Uh,
stuff. So, yeah. Oh, well, how was Monster 300? I mean, compared to, Cocodona and they're both in Arizona, but how would it's different, but how was it?
oh. Uh, it's like Southern California versus Northern California. Like they
Okay.
are so, so different.
Yeah.
I really do feel like Arizona is era vibe of space. This is Jamil's home. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
this is our state. But welcome, Candace. And just taking space in the more southern part of the state, I thought was really cool
Yeah.
because we're not familiar with the trails down there.
Mm.
And so that was that was a lot of fun to go see, well, what does southern Arizona
Yeah.
look like compared to where Cocodona takes place basically from Black Canyon City, Prescott, kind of here and goes north
Yeah.
up to Flagstaff. So Monster was definitely very, very different.
Mm.
Um, I do feel like Cocodona takes you on this uh like fairy tale storyline. Like it just takes you through all these mining town and it
Yeah.
kind of you're feeling this story vibe.
Yeah.
Where I felt like Monster was just like, we are just gonna go rip it through the desert for 300 miles. Hope you survive. Good luck. Yeah, I mean, like it was just a different
Yeah.
vibe. But I
Yeah.
think that's why a lot of us showed up was okay,
Yeah.
what does 300 miles in the southern Arizona desert feel like?
Yeah.
And it was hard
Yeah.
and it was also amazing. And that's
Yeah.
why we were all there. So
That's
we're
cool.
doing it again
And I
next
would,
year. So
that,
yeah,
there's something there then. Yeah.
it's just doing
Well,
hard things. It's crazy.
and then Summit, I love those guys from Ultraverse Supplements. They're amazing. And so how
Yes.
was that? I mean, so you go from, desert stuff. Well, and you did Tahoe before that, and then go to Summit. It's like you're doing all these totally different 200s and so cool. I've been in those mountains, some of those mountains around Summit or whatever, but not for that long and for that for that distance. How was the altitude for you?
I will say that probably the last 3 years that we've lived in Flagstaff was
Hmm.
a huge kind of stepping stone for us. If we were coming from Dallas
Yeah.
to do a race like that,
Yeah.
uh, it's definitely, you're between like 9,500 and 13,000 for
Yeah.
200 miles.
Yeah.
So you're definitely up there for a long time. But I will say such a huge difference between these destination trail races and things like Summit and Oregon and Divide. Summit was like, we're having this mountain family picnic with all of our friends. Like, it was just such an intimate feeling.
Yeah.
And Chase and Casey are just amazing human beings. And
Yeah. I
they were
love
like,
them.
you know what? We have all these favorite trails and we want to open up our backyard to you guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
come have picnics with us. Come do and it was beautiful and brutal and hard.
It was
Like it was
brutal.
it was brutal, yes. And it was all the things. And then, the same thing at Oregon with Todd and Renee. Like, can we just please give a big applause to these race directors
Yeah.
that are like putting all the permits in place and on getting all the volunteers and the aid stations. Like, I just my mind to get these things together is incredible.
Yeah.
And we fell in love with Oregon the same way as Summit and Divide also in Canada. It has that same feel. It's just a more intimate,
Yeah.
uh, 200 space compared to like a Tahoe or a Bigfoot, you
Yeah.
know, Moab.
I love the way that I don't know, I love the way you're like they're different, but they it's not bad or they're just good. They have their own character, their own ways, and you
Oh
go
yeah.
into them and you embrace that difference and race it and just have fun with it, so cool because Cocodona is such a big. So here's a little tidbit. When I ran Tahoe in 2018, Jamil ran it and we shared some miles. And I think I was at mile 30 at the aid station. I was like, we got a selfie with Jam Jam. So we're at and but I'm pretty sure he was scouting out to see how things ran, so he could because he had Cocodona in his brain. So that was pretty cool.
Well, it was interesting because Candace was supposed to run Summit 200,
That's right.
and of course everybody's like, "Huh, is she running Summit 200 to like scout out,
Yeah. Yeah.
the route and how Chase and Casey were putting this on, or whatever."
Yeah.
Even though her background, she obviously has a lot of
Oh
years of
yeah.
experience putting these on, but I think she might have been interested
Yeah.
in the course.
Yeah.
And then of course she ends up putting on a pizza party at Montezuma. So
Yeah, I never heard why she didn't run it. She just
I I thought that I heard she was gonna go after Nolan's. It's
oh,
called
okay.
Nolan something, all the
Yeah.
14ers.
I think she
So
did do that
she
afterwards. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, she might be going after another record. It's just
Yeah.
that's what Candace does.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
always looking for records.
Yeah. So she
Yeah.
changed her mind, and yeah, that's cool. Well, I know she was looking at doing a 200 in Colorado at one time. I remember her posting that she was scouting some things out. I don't remember what area or anything, but we'll, I'm sure we'll find
It's
out.
just like Jamil and Aravipa is Arizona, Chase and Casey are
Yeah, let him.
Colorado.
That's right.
I'm like, Candace, just do other states or
Yeah.
other, like, I mean, I don't know. I love, as much as I love like the big races like Cocodona and the destination trail races, I love so much
Hmm.
these smaller, kind of just more intimate
Yeah.
experiences and the relationships that you get to have with the runners and the volunteers and the race directors. And I just, I love that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Candace, you can't go to Colorado.
Don't mess it up. Don't break it. Have you ever, this is totally different from what you've been doing, but the Cowboy 200 is in Nebraska. Does that sound like fun?
So it's so interesting. I have been getting so many messages in my DMs. It's like, because Chase and Casey, that's also
Yeah.
their race, and they have this challenge. It's called the Flatliner. And if you throw a challenge at me, it's very hard to
That's good to
say
know.
no.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm very interested in that. But I will say that flat and fast scares the hell out of me.
It's
I'm
hard.
like, yeah, I and so I'm not. going the direction of cowboy. We were um we were actually registered for Florida 200
Okay. Okay.
across Florida.
Yeah.
Total elevation is 4,300,
For 200
and
miles.
an opportunity came up in Pennsylvania with Chris Rope on Veterans Day, and I was like, okay, so I could do 40,000 feet of climbing in Pennsylvania, or I could do 4,000 feet across Florida.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm sorry, across Florida scares me. It's like cowboy. It's that flat, fast course, and
It's
I I
It's the so I've raced in Kansas. I've done a 100 mile the Prairie Spirit and the fall version of that one a few times. That
yeah,
Outlaw owns it now, and I enjoy it because of the way the aid stations are and the drop bags. It's kind of easy to plan for and all that. It's a big out and back, but sometimes it's just like my body's like, could you like go up and down something a little bit or side to side or just your
yeah.
hips
It,
get funky and your legs.
it's
Yeah,
hard.
yeah, it's
It's
hard.
really hard. And I think sometimes people are like, oh, it doesn't have all this vert. It's going to be so much easier, as if one 200 could be
Yeah,
easier than
yeah,
another.
yeah.
But yeah, like pick your hard, because
Hmm.
that flat, fast rails to trail, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a long ways to go.
And mentally there's not a lot of
Yeah.
deviation in scenery and so it's the physical part of
Mm-mm.
it, but also mentally you're not like, oh, look a peak or look, it's like, look,
Right.
flat. It's
Yeah.
a
It's like,
bridge. Oh, a bridge.
I mean, as far as you can see,
Yes.
it's just that, and I will say, when you are suffering, it is very helpful to see something pretty.
Yeah,
It's like,
it is.
oh,
Yeah.
that's a pretty tree. That's a
Yeah.
pretty rock. That's a pretty fern, a waterfall. And yeah, some of those races don't, it's just,
Just just go.
it's, it's hard.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a one. Let's see, one, two. I see Mammoth Lakes. That one I've haven't didn't know a lot about. And then the there's so many 200s now. The WTF Dark Sky, the Machete. What is that? Machete Muertos. Where are you finding these races? I've never even heard of these things, and I'm like,
Well, unfortunately, I'm super duper friends with Ultra Sign Up, and in like the worst way. They're the worst. They're the
yeah,
worst. Um, but they have incredible resources where
yeah,
you can literally go and set the parameters for
yeah,
the distance, the place, like whatever you're looking for, you can find it on Ultra Sign Up. And um so Dark Sky 220 in November
yeah.
is to support veterans and to bring awareness to the number of vets that take their life every day.
Mm,
And
gotcha.
22 is 22 too many. And
Hmm.
so Chris Rope and the Warrior Trail Foundation put on this race. It's unlike anything else. He sent me the elevation chart, and I was like, holy moly, I hope we don't die.
Yeah,
Um, but I think there's not a lot of races over towards the East Coast, so I think that's also going to be very, very special. But Isabel Campos is the one that kind of reached out and just said, "Hey, what do you think about this race?" So that's kind of how I found out about Dark Sky, and then of course WTF is the Warrior Trail Foundation.
gotcha.
Machete Muertos. This is my friend Victor in California, Paris, California.
Mm.
This is a 20-mile loop around the lake. It has 4,500 feet of gain per loop, and we'll do that loop 10 times. Hey, choose your hard. Choose your
That's an
hard.
interesting hamster wheel race. It's not a track, but it's a
Yeah, it's and so what I have found is it's very technical terrain,
okay.
and you're talking about a 20-mile loop with that much climb.
Yeah.
I know in the 100-mile distance on that course, they've only had 3 female finishers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm not sure about the 200-mile distance, how many females have finished, but we're going after it.
Yeah.
And
I love
it
it.
takes place on Halloween, so I think it's going to be hard, but
Yeah.
we can do hard things.
I love that. I
So,
love that. Well, I'm enjoying hearing about these other races. And so if everything goes according to plan, Oregon, you couldn't finish it. Nobody could. But if everything goes according to plan, by the end of 2025, how many 200s will you have under your belt for 2025?
well, we do have some G14 classified projects coming later in the year.
So there's more
Uh,
than this, right? Okay.
so I don't know that we can spill all the beans,
Okay.
but we're
Okay.
hoping to run more 200s than we ever have before.
Okay. All right.
So,
We just have to watch. I'll just have to watch. I guess I'll have to watch. All right.
so
That's
yeah,
awesome.
my friend Adam Williams is going for 9 to 10 200s this year. He's
Okay.
also, yeah, from April to November. So
Okay.
it's not a full 12-month calendar. It's
Yeah.
April to November.
Yeah.
And he says it's not a competition, but I want to run more 200s than
I
him.
like it. I like it.
Don't tell him.
I, yeah, I can't edit. So if he listens, I don't know. Well,
No, it's
next year Walter Hanloser's got he's that guy, he cracks me up, man. He when I met him at Tahoe in 2018 and he was telling me about the project to run the 100 miles, and then they just went crazy that year, 3 of them going for it. And then now he's going to try to do the 200s. I don't even know what he's going to shoot for, but it's wild.
well, I think there's information out there that you can literally run a 200 somewhere every weekend. And yeah, like literally the 200 is the new 100. Like they're popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And especially if you start getting into overseas, international races.
Yeah.
So I bet he could put together some pretty incredible stuff.
I can't wait to follow it. It was it was fun to follow the 100s, but it's
Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
man.
he's amazing, and what a cool human. I
Yeah,
love that
yeah,
guy.
he's a sharp guy. Um, and you're on the Ultraspire team, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I am, and he
Yeah.
is too. Like he's
Yes.
on it too. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's why I decided to grab this hat since we're
You know what? I decided to take a shower just for this podcast.
Oh well, I
So
appreciate that.
I like did my hair and
Look
everything,
at
but
that. That's
but I would normally have that hat on too. And I tell you what, I love those guys so
oh,
much.
they're
Talk
awesome.
about passion for the community and for the sport. The people that make up their team. We just had some incredible runners over at UTMB.
Yeah,
Man, talk about dream race. I mean, but yeah, Ultra Aspire is all over the map, and just the way that they love and support all the
yeah.
athletes in the space. It's really amazing to be part of that team.
I love that they listen, like, because I've had something that I was like, man, this would be a lot better, and then like Bryce, like, listen,
Oh yeah.
the brain, the guy who's the evil genius, he listens, and he
Yeah.
takes it into consideration, and I love that, and so like I love for the 200s. Well, let's talk packs for a second, if you're all right with that. Let's for the 200s, it's hard to you want a pack that you can move with and run with, but carry all the things. And so like I was 200s I've done before, then the Zygos 4, and then the Zygos 5. I don't have the 6, but the 5 worked. I like the way it worked really well. And
Mhm.
and then I've heard mixed results for the 6. Some people really liked it, or some people hated it. Some people thought it was okay. I don't know. It's like, but so which one did you run with before the one that I want to talk about, the last one you ran with?
Yeah. No, so the Zygos 5
Mhm.
is what the last, I would say, 2 years. So we ran Cocodona last year, Tahoe, Bigfoot,
Mhm.
Moab, Like we ran that in
Yeah.
all of those races in the Zygos 5.
Yeah, it's a good pack.
And it's a fantastic
It
pack, and I just
stretches.
love it, and it does. But I just love how it sits, and I love how it was on my shoulders, and I love the pockets on the side and how I could like my little pharmacy is on this side, my nutrition's on this. Like I have
Yeah.
all my little spots,
Yeah.
and I loved it. Um, but what I found is when I was getting into more mountain 200s where the gear requirements is like
Yeah.
you have to be prepared for rain, hail, snow, heat,
Yeah.
I mean, all of these things. We were really squeezing in,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah.
very stretchy. And so we were just really rolling things up and making things kind of fit. And then when Ricky reached out, he's like, man, I think I've got a pack for you. I see kind of the projects that you have going on this year. Let me send this to you. And that's the Traverse.
Yeah.
And I am changed my life. I mean, really, because, whenever you do go and you're at athlete check in, you go to do gear check, they're like, okay, they have their list.
Yeah.
You have to pull it all out.
Everything.
And I'm like, no, because now I have to somehow get it all back in here. But with the Traverse, let's see, we've done, I think it was Summit and then Oregon, but I think Summit was the first time that we had the Traverse,
Yeah.
which was fantastic because we did go through rain, hailstorms, anything and everything that you could imagine, but it was all packed.
Mm.
And it wasn't something like if I had to take something out,
Yeah.
no problem. Yeah, no problem. And we've all been there where you have to take your bladder out
Oh my
in
gosh.
order to get your bladder back in, you have to take
And
half the stuff out of your
or all of it.
so
Yeah. Oh man. It's a
yeah.
such a pain. Yeah.
Yeah, and so there was just so much more room in the Traverse, and so many people there love the color.
Yeah.
They're like, "What pack is that? I'm looking for the pack. Where can I get it?"
It's not
And
there yet.
it's still yeah. It's they're kind of naughty that way. It's a prototype and hopefully it'll launch soon.
I think it's supposed to be
So,
October from last I heard. Is that about right? Yeah.
something like that.
I don't know, maybe. We'll see. Cause I'm gonna get one.
No, and I know, talking with Izzy, who's also with Ultraspire, she's like, look, I'm going to do dark sky, but she's doing the Cherry Springs 110. So it's 110 miles, but you can do it supported or unsupported. She is a crazy chick and she's going to do all 110 miles unsupported. So no
Oh,
aid stations,
yeah.
no crew. So she has to be able to carry all of her nutrition, everything on her. And so she's like, I need that Traverse. So,
No. So
yeah.
does it ride pretty good? Because it looks like I can tell, I saw the pictures and the space looks great. I was just wondering how it rides. Does it have the same kind of feel on the neck, on the shoulders as like a Zygos?
I've had some feedback on TikTok. They're like, "Oh my God, that pack looks big. That pack looks heavy." Things like that. And I don't feel any different from the Zygos 5
Nice. Yeah.
because I've not had the 6
Right.
compared to this.
Okay.
Um, so I don't know how he does it, but it's
Yeah.
something about how it sits on the shoulders, right?
Hmm.
And it doesn't feel like it's pulling you back. It doesn't feel, it just feels like a nice hug, just like the Zygos does. So I'm pretty impressed with, what they've been able to do.
Yeah.
But I love it and I don't see using anything different.
That's cool. So the way I did with the Zygos 5, the last long distance I ran with it, and I used one of the I forgot which belt it is, but it's a belt with a pocket to have some more fluids and to put my phone and the lamp, and that helped to take some of the things out of the out of the pack, out of the Zygos to distribute a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna be looking for that too, to something a little bigger.
Yeah, I love that belt. I think it might be, is it the Stinger? the Stinger belt,
It
maybe?
it's not the Stinger. I did
I
see
know.
that one. It's I got it right there in the closet. I can't remember what it's called though, but it can fit
Yeah.
a 500 milliliter the hybrid flask, and then it's got room for other stuff too. It's got room for
Yes.
some nutrition, and
Yeah.
you can put your light the light, snap it on the front, and so it's
Yes.
fantastic. Uh and
Yes.
you don't feel it.
They're always coming out with, like, so many things.
Yeah.
I it's kinda hard to keep up, but I did so I used to use the 800 lumen. So
Hmm.
I had the waist lamp,
Yeah.
and then I had this other belt, and then for a long time, I used the naked belt to hold my poles
Oh, okay. Yeah.
because I did like how the naked belt, like, there was no bounce in
Hmm.
the back,
Yeah.
but literally at Monster, I had 3 belts going on, and Ricky was like, "Girl, what you doing?"
Yeah.
And so it's
You
like,
need help.
yes, but, to your point though, David, that he was asking questions and he was listening,
Yeah.
and so I gave that feedback, and all of a sudden now I have the belt. It holds my filter in the back, it holds my
Hmm.
phone up front, it
Yeah.
also has the lamp, like, so now all of a sudden 3 belts, like, went into 1.
Yeah.
And people are asking about that too, and they're like, "Where can I get that?" And I'm like, it'll be launching soon."
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know,
I could
but
tell you, but I had
yeah.
to kill you. Yeah. Just watch
But I just
ultraspire.com.
I know seriously though, I mean, they're constantly coming out with,
Hmm.
and it's not just packs for 200s
Right.
and lamps, like, they are super focused on all the distances
Yeah.
and how they can just make the experience better for every runner. It's
And
pretty
it
cool.
and it's quality too. I wore my Momentum One vest through so many things, and I have the Momentum Two. I wear those for hundreds. I've
Oh,
done so many
yeah.
races with those, and so many training runs, and I still have them. They're a little beat up, but they're still great.
Oh, yeah.
With what I put them through, I'm surprised they're still still functional.
The
Yeah.
yeah, those are good ones.
Well, so you've got all this going on, Andrea, and what is your I don't know, what's your long-term goal with all these races? Is it just to keep doing it as long as you can and just keep enjoying it, or just running races that have that spark and just keep doing it? Is that your end goal, or what's your why?
Well, now I think, well, our biggest why is, we were in the corporate space for almost 30 years, and it was just like, make more money.
Mm,
I mean, the goals were just different
yeah,
during
yeah,
those chapters of life, right? And now, we have kids going into Air Force, the Navy, the youngest is a senior looking at college football. I mean, things are just kind of different. And so now it's like, I just want to everything that we've saved up, I want to spend it all. Right?
I
It's,
love-
I mean, and no, seriously, because you can't take it with you. And it's
yeah,
like to travel and to
yeah,
have all these experiences and things like that. So, I mean, that's a lot of the why, and just the people that we meet and to get
hmm,
to share that, with people that are very important in our life. But our biggest goal is to run Tour de France in
ooh,
2027.
nice.
So all of these races, I know it sounds stupid. It does. It sounds really dumb, David. But these are training runs for Tour de France.
this,
I know.
you might have a problem. So
I know.
I'm
I
gonna do all
know.
these 200s this year. So I'm getting ready for something.
Hey, no,
I love it.
but seriously, so, this year, it'll never happen again.
Yep.
And so just the financial logistic, it's a big undertaking
Yeah,
to do this number of
yeah,
200. It's not like you're done in 24 hours. These are big events. And I think that's another reason that we just want to do as much as we can this year, because this won't ever happen again.
gotcha.
Next year, we're more focused on technical extreme vert
Hmm.
races. So we're looking at your Ray 100.
Nice.
We're going to go in the lottery for High Lonesome,
That's a great
Crazy
race.
Mountain 100, Speed Goat, and Utah. I hope we don't die.
Yeah,
But so next year, we're more hyper focused on just technical terrain, high mountain vert, uh, getting ready for for tour the
I
following
love it.
year.
I love it. No, that's
So
cool. That's awesome. Well, I'm excited to follow as the journey progresses and to watch you get ready to do it and cheer you from afar from here in flat Oklahoma.
Well, anytime your schedule permits, we would love to have you out. Join us for a loop at Machete Muertos.
All right.
20 miles,
Yeah.
4,500 feet of climb. Big deal. But so if you're not doing anything for Halloween, come out for that. Dark Sky 220. Come out to Pennsylvania. Yeah, come share some miles with us. We'd love it.
I'd love it. I know we have Bigfoot, but that's a long way away. So hopefully, we'll see each other on the trails before then. That'd be fun.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, thanks so much for just jumping on and sharing your journey. I'm going to put your social media stuff on there so people can follow you. And I want to encourage people to go ahead and follow your journey. I love what you post. I love what you put out there. You share the suffering and the good stuff and I enjoy watching it because I know exactly what you're going through. It's fun. But I want to encourage other people to follow along too and yeah, look forward to talking to you again before too long.
Absolutely. Bigfoot next year will be here before you know it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
All right. Take
Cool.
care, Andrea.
All right. See ya.